Have you ever encountered a moment so profound that it made you question everything you once believed about reality? Perhaps it happened in the quiet hush of a forest, where shafts of sunlight cascaded through the trees and stirred something deep within you. Maybe it was a dream so vivid and otherworldly that you woke up certain you'd just touched a greater truth. Moments like these can feel like tiny fractures in our ordinary world, revealing glimpses of something vast and mysterious. What if these fleeting experiences aren't random at all, but intentional messages designed to guide you toward a deeper understanding of your own life and purpose? It's a bold notion, one that suggests you're not just a passive observer in these experiences, but an active participant in a transformative process that might change you forever. If you've ever had even a hint of this feeling, take a moment to give this video a like and share your story in the comments. You never know who else is quietly navigating the same uncharted territory, seeking reassurance that they're not alone. Many believe mystical experiences are more than coincidences. They might be sacred moments, orchestrated by the universe itself. Think about when you felt a sudden surge of peace, clarity, or an overwhelming presence of warmth that seemed to transcend logics. These are the kinds of encounters that have spurred countless spiritual seekers across cultures and centuries to explore the hidden fabric of our existence. There's a reason such moments pop up in ancient myths, religious texts, and modern testimonials alike. They disrupt our normal perceptions and open a gateway for us to question whether we exist in a reality far more layered and exquisite than we can see with our everyday eyes. Have you ever felt that strange knowing without being able to explain why? Might be the lingering question afterward, and that restlessness can be the first sign you're on the brink of transformation. From a psychological standpoint, researchers in fields like neurotheology have studied how the brain changes during spiritual epiphanies. They've found that certain regions linked to emotion, focus, and a sense of self show remarkable shifts in activity, almost as if our physiology is primed for these mystical encounters. Psychologist Carl Jung, famous for exploring archetypes and the collective unconscious, proposed that our minds can tap into deeper wellsprings of insight, often triggered by dreams or symbolic visions. According to some studies, a staggering percentage, over 70%, of people who describe such spiritual awakenings report a significant shift in their priorities or worldview afterward. It's as though these revelations break down old patterns of thinking, inviting us to see ourselves and the world with fresh eyes. Yet, the core question remains: what do these experiences actually teach us? One perspective is that they awaken us to the truth that we're all interconnected, tiny threads woven into a vast cosmic tapestry. Another view is that they highlight our innate potential for growth, nudging us to reevaluate what truly matters in life. They might affirm that consciousness extends beyond our usual boundaries, sparking everything from subtle, personal changes to monumental life decisions. Even science is taking note. The study of peak experiences, the moments of overwhelming awe or transcendence, often reveals that people emerge from them with more empathy, gratitude, and resilience. If you pause to think about it, that alone is extraordinary. A single moment of heightened awareness can echo through every corner of your life, altering how you approach relationships, work, and your own self-perception. Of course, mystical experiences are not a new phenomenon. They've been documented in religious and spiritual texts throughout history. Ancient cultures penned myths about encounters with gods, spirits, or sacred landscapes that signified deeper truths about human existence. For some, these narratives served as direct instructions on how to live in harmony with nature and the divine. Today, we carry forward a modern version of that legacy whenever we recount a dream that felt like a visitation from the beyond, or share how a near-death experience changed our sense of what's important. These stories often ripple out, inspiring others who might have dismissed their own experiences as mere fantasies. So why do they happen? One explanation is that these moments can act as catalysts for personal growth, prompting us to realign with our life's purpose. They might emerge when we're at a crossroads or struggling with uncertainty, almost as if our psyche or spirit recognizes that a gentle or sometimes forceful nudge is needed to break us free from stagnation. Spiritual traditions across the globe frequently describe such events as awakenings, while modern psychology sometimes frames them as transformational crises or peak states. Regardless of the terminology, the essential theme remains. These experiences illuminate the path ahead and highlight what really matters. Have you ever wondered if you've had a similar turning point in your life? If you have, don't hesitate to share it here. Your insight could be a beacon for someone else in search of answers. Though personal transformation is often the hallmark outcome of a mystical experience, it can take many forms. Some people describe a powerful sense of oneness, dissolving the usual boundaries that separate self from others. This can foster compassion, understanding, and an inexplicable love that transcends typical emotional attachments. Others recount episodes of dramatic clarity, in which they see their life's trajectory unfold with startling focus. Imagine waking up one morning, no longer weighed down by indecision or regret, but galvanized by a vision of where you need to go. Diane's story is a poignant example. After a near-death experience, she emerged with a profound certainty that her life was meant for service. Once an overworked professional chasing accolades and financial success, she found herself quitting her job to volunteer at an animal sanctuary. Her friends were stunned, but Diane radiated an inner peace that told them, more convincingly than words ever could, that she was finally aligned with her deeper calling. These stories, while remarkable, aren't limited to a special few. Indeed, countless individuals share similar narratives of sudden epiphanies or spiritual insights that prompt radical shifts. When we gather these accounts, clear patterns begin to emerge. Feelings of unconditional love, experiences of timelessness, and surges of creativity all point to the transformative nature of mystical moments. It's as if the universe, or our own higher consciousness, is imparting lessons we can't easily glean from everyday life. Neuroscientists note that the stress response in our brain can dramatically lessen when we're in a state of awe or wonder, suggesting that these experiences have tangible effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Whether it's the release of certain neurotransmitters or a rewiring of old emotional patterns, something changes within us. Yet, how do we make sense of these experiences once they happen? One of the most common ways is through signs and symbols, clues that seem to spring from our subconscious or from the world around us. Many people experience this through dreams that feel unusually vivid or repetitive, as if carrying a specific message. Others report synchronicities, those uncanny coincidences that appear too precise to be random. A chance meeting might steer you to an unexpected opportunity, or recurring images might keep appearing until you finally pay attention to what they're trying to convey. In certain spiritual traditions, animals that cross your path are believed to represent guiding energies, each one bearing a lesson for you to interpret. Much like dream analysis in Jungian psychology, these symbolic encounters serve as gateways to deeper layers of self-knowledge. Symbolism runs deep in human culture, from ancient hieroglyphs to modern religious icons. Across civilizations, we find repeated motifs. The light that guides the weary traveler, the circle representing unity, or the serpent, symbolizing both danger and wisdom. When you experience a personal variant of these archetypes, like seeing a recurring animal in dreams or waking life, it could be an invitation to explore an aspect of yourself that you've been neglecting. Or perhaps it's a call to embrace change, to shed old habits, the same way a snake sheds its skin. If you've been noticing a pattern or recurring symbol, consider journaling about it. Sometimes, putting pen to paper unravels layers of meaning we can't see in the rush of daily life. Or, share it here. You might find surprising connections in other people's experiences too. We often hear about time being perceived in strange ways during mystical experiences. Stories abound of people claiming a few minutes felt like hours or entire lifetimes compressed into mere seconds. This sense of timelessness challenges our usual linear perception. Philosophers and quantum theorists alike have proposed that reality might not be as straightforward as clocks and calendars make it seem. They suggest that in heightened states of awareness, we may be tapping into layers of reality where time is more fluid, where past, present, and future intersect in ways our analytical mind struggles to grasp. This shift in perception can be deeply freeing, reminding us that we're not as confined by the ticking clock as we tend to believe. Instead, we might discover that what truly matters is the present moment, experienced in its full vitality. Moreover, altered perceptions of time can have profound practical effects. If you feel, even briefly, that you've stepped outside the constraints of everyday time, it can highlight how precious each moment really is. People who undergo these experiences often come back with a renewed commitment to living authentically, knowing that life's brevity is not just an abstract concept, but a lived truth. They might find that old habits or grudges no longer hold the same weight. Fears about the future sometimes melt away when you sense that you're part of an unfolding story that transcends any single moment. Though this can sound lofty, it's not unattainable. Even a small taste of timeless awareness, like getting lost in the beauty of nature or the flow of creativity, can remind you that there's more to life than constant planning and worrying. All of this begs the question, what do we do with the revelations that arise from these mystical experiences once the initial awe subsides? One option is to integrate them into daily practice. Small acts of mindfulness or meditation can help maintain the sense of connection you felt during your epiphany. Journaling can provide a record of synchronicities and dreams, helping you see patterns you might otherwise overlook. Some people choose to explore spiritual traditions or psychological frameworks that resonate with them, be it studying comparative religion, practicing yoga, or delving deeper into Jungian analysis. The key is to treat these experiences as seeds rather than isolated bursts of wonder that fade with time. When nurtured, they can grow into lasting wisdom that informs how you interact with others, how you approach conflict, and how you cultivate meaning in your life. As you continue to reflect on the profound shifts sparked by mystical moments, you might discover you're not alone in questioning what's normal. Indeed, many who watch videos like this are on a similar quest, trying to understand the unexplainable while staying grounded in day-to-day responsibilities. The good news is that you're in good company. This shared curiosity forms a kind of invisible network, a community bound not by dogma but by a collective wonder for the unknown. Each time you comment, share, or discuss your stories, you strengthen that community, ensuring that others who encounter strange coincidences or breathtaking spiritual encounters know they have a safe space to explore their questions. Sometimes, these experiences provoke doubt or skepticism, both from within and from others. That's understandable. We live in a world that places heavy emphasis on empirical evidence and scientific proof. Yet science itself is edging closer to validating some of these otherworldly feelings through research into altered states of consciousness and quantum phenomena. As mainstream institutions begin to acknowledge that human consciousness is multifaceted, we may find more language and frameworks to describe what used to feel indescribable. But even without formal validation, the personal impact remains real. If something has shifted your worldview in a way that benefits your emotional health, relationships, or sense of purpose, that's worthy of exploration and respect. If you're still skeptical or hesitant, consider this. Not all mystical experiences need to be grand epiphanies. Sometimes, there's subtle nudges that remind us there's magic in the mundane. It might be the perfect song lyric popping up on the radio just when you needed it, or an unexplainable wave of calm that descends on you in a stressful moment. Such fleeting occurrences can accumulate, eventually painting a picture that suggests there's a hidden order to the chaos of life. Once you become more attuned to noticing these gentle hints, you might find they become more frequent, an invitation to keep diving deeper into the mystery. In exploring these realms, it can be helpful to acknowledge the role of both faith and healthy skepticism. Blind belief might limit you to accepting everything at face value, while rigid skepticism can prevent you from having any meaningful spiritual insights at all. The sweet spot many would argue, lies in a balance, staying open to the possibility that life is richer than you imagined, but discerning enough to question what seems forced or manipulative. This balanced approach allows mystical experiences to broaden your perspective without overwhelming your sense of self. Ultimately, the essence of these encounters often boils down to the same universal themes: love, unity, the search for meaning, and the call to live more authentically. Stripped of dogmatic labels and lofty philosophical jargon, mystical experiences often remind us to be kind, to cherish each moment, and to remain curious about the unseen forces that shape our existence. When we look at the wisdom of spiritual teachers throughout history, whether they're saints, shamans, or philosophers, the consistent message is that the divine, or the mysterious force behind these experiences, is not separate from us. It's woven into our very being, offering gentle guidance and opportunities for growth, if we can quiet our minds enough to hear it. This leads us to an important reflection. In what ways have these experiences, however big or small, shaped your own sense of self? Have they prompted you to reevaluate your values, your relationships, or your life goals? Maybe they've instilled a new sense of wonder that makes mundane tasks feel a bit more meaningful. Or perhaps they've launched you on a profound spiritual journey you could never have anticipated. If you feel inclined, share your story in the comments below. Not only does it contribute to collective insight, but it may also inspire someone who's grappling with a similar awakening. Personal accounts have an unmatched ability to reach hearts that data alone might fail to touch. And now, as we come full circle, let's remember that mystical experiences are not a destination so much as they are an invitation to keep evolving. Each encounter peels back a layer of illusion, granting us a clearer view of what lies beneath the surface of our daily routine. Even if the moment fades, the memory lingers, serving as a gentle reminder that there's far more to reality than meets the eye. The choice to heed that reminder is yours. Will you let it spark a new line of questioning, a reimagining of your life's purpose, or the courage to pursue a calling that once seemed impossible? These profound experiences might be fleeting, but their lessons can echo for a lifetime. If this journey resonates with you, remember to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden layers of our reality. Consider this an open invitation to continue your quest, whatever form it may take, through books, meditation, conversation, art, or simply by staying awake to the possibilities that swirl around you every day. There's a vast community of fellow explorers waiting to connect, to share insights, and to shine a light on the path you're walking. As you deepen your understanding of these mystical moments, may you also deepen your understanding of who you truly are. And above all, may your path be filled with the kind of revelations that remind you of your inherent wisdom, your boundless potential, and the profound love that underlies it all. You never know. Your next breakthrough could be just around the corner, waiting for you to notice a sign, interpret a dream, or embrace a surge of intuition. Let curiosity guide you, and may each discovery bring you closer to the hidden truth you've been seeking all along.